So, hello everybody. My name is Felicity Paymer. I've been in Saj Yoga a long time. I have 5 children, and when the youngest ones were small, I really wanted there to be some stories for them that were about being a Saj Yogi, about meditating, about Shumataji, especially about the powers that Mother's given us, that Shumataji has given us as realized souls with our kundalinis up, and what makes that special for us, and how we can use those powers to help us. And I had been desiring to make stories. I always wanted to make stories. When I was a little child, when I was 7 or 8, I used to tell stories, bedtime stories. I just make them up, just funny, silly little stories about rabbits and things for my brother who couldn't go to sleep. So I would sit beside him and just let these stories come out. And I thought to myself when I was 11, when I'm grown up, I want to make children's stories. I want to write, make stories, but I won't be able to illustrate. I thought to myself, I can't draw properly, so I'll just write the stories. My friend then said, oh, I'll illustrate for you. So anyway, I grew up, I came to Saj Yoga, and I got my realization, which was really special for me. And then after some time, I got married, and we had children straight away. And we had 5 children, so I was quite busy, and I didn't really, so I forgot about that kind of little dream I had. And then when my youngest children, I had twins, were actually, my middle son had gone to a Sahaj school, and I was pregnant with my youngest twins. And one morning I woke up, and literally as I woke up off the bed, story of Teddy Gibbs of Bandhan just kind of came into my head. And I thought, oh, this is a good story. I have to write this down. So I sat up in my nightie, and I just grabbed a pen and paper, and I just started writing it down. It wasn't complete, but I started to write down all the ideas that came about how Teddy meets the animals in the park, and he learns about the power of the Bandhan. And I had this story for like a long time, and another story about Max came to me too. And I wrote these stories down, and I thought, oh, is it okay to make stories and put Shumataji in? And that year we went to Puja in California, in Lake Piru, and Shumataji was there. And I'd written out 2 stories at this time, and I gave them to one of the yoginis to give to Shumataji, just to say, could you ask Shumataji if it's okay, can I make these stories about her and about Saj Yoga? And they said, yes, it's fine. So then I waited a very long time to try to find someone to illustrate them, because I didn't think I could draw at that time. And eventually, after like 10, 15 years, I was so sort of desperate. I said, oh, Mother, please show me. I like these stories. I think the children will like them. Please help me find someone to illustrate. And he said, then I had this idea to ask my friend's daughter, who'd been having lessons and drawing since she was 8 years old, if she could just do the pencil drawings, and then I would learn to paint them and color them in. And she said yes, because she was very good and she could do it very quickly. And that's what happened. And so I gave her the story. I sort of said, I want a picture for this page, picture for this page. And I talked a little bit about, ideas. And then I said, you just follow your inspiration. And so she made all these drawings for me, and she gave them to me. And I went, wow, these are so great. And then I took the black and white drawing, and I had it printed onto my watercolor paper. And I'll show you that later. And anyway, then I started. So then I started painting them. And I think maybe we talk a little bit more about that afterwards. But it would be nice to start and have a little short meditation together. So the point of the stories is for you all to feel, I wanted you to have books that would be like your life, with meditation, with Shrimataji. There's lots of nice stories and nice books out there, but there's not very many. There's more now because more yogis have been making them, but there's still not very many about your life. So you can have a book that you read and you go, yeah, that's like me. I meditate too. And I wanted you to feel, I wanted it to help the children feel that we have all these powers within us. And often we don't realize we have these powers. And, you know, we can be our own superheroes. We don't have to look outside because Shrimataji has given us her powers, the powers of God, of the divine. So let's have a short meditation. And in this meditation, I'll just sort of guide it a little bit. And we'll say what we call affirmations when we say nice things about like a mantra. Shrimataji said that all the deities, now they all understand English, and English is like Sanskrit. And when we say them, they hear and they listen to us and they want to help us. They want, because they're all here, all around. We can't usually see them, but they're here to help Shrimataji in this great work. And she said to us, she said, I'm going to change the world. We're going to make the world a better place. We want everyone to have their Kundalini raised so they can change inside, so they can have these powers inside them and they can change and grow and become happy people. And she said, and when I was with her one time with a group of us, and she said, you yogis, you are going to be the building stones of Sajoga, of changing the world. But she said, I am going to send you the children, and it's the children who are really going to change the world. So I'm so happy to see you all today, and I want you to know how much Shrimataji believes in you and how she wants you to be happy and joyful and to live the best life that you can and that you want to have. So I'm going to sit at the side so we can see Shrimataji's picture on my altar, and we'll raise our Kundalini and have a little meditation together. And this is the first time I've done this, so I may make some mistakes, but I think it's okay. So I hope you can see my altar. That's better. I think that's a bit better. There we go. So let's sit quietly and let's raise our Kundalinis together. So with our hands, let's raise up our Kundalini up and tie up once. And we'll raise up again, up, 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 up. Tie it once, twice, keeping our left hand still and our right hand moving around. We raise the left hand up, 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 and tie once, twice, 3 times. Now let's give a nice bandhan. Keep our left hand towards Shrimataji. And like an umbrella, we raise the right hand right up over our Sasrara and back again. And 2 times up over the Sasrara and back again. And 3 and 4. And it's very important to do the bandhan 5 and 6 and 7. And Shrimataji said, make sure you put your bandhan right over your Sasrara so all your chakras will be protected. Now we'll sit with our hands towards Shrimataji on our lap. Let's see what we're feeling in our hands. Sometimes we feel cool straight away. Sometimes we feel heat because the heat is, Kundalini is pushing all the heat out of our body that we absorb during the day. When you're a realized soul. All your chakras are open. And when you go into school, you're like a tape recorder. Shrimadaji said, we're like tape recorders, and we absorb things from other children's chakras. They just come into our chakras. And then we go home and we have a nice foot soak. We have a meditate. And all these things clear out of us quickly because our kundalini is up. And we are helping the other children to get clearer. We are helping them just by being there. Some of them, their kundalinis will come up already. And some of the children are already born realized, but they don't know it. But they feel happy when they're with us, with you. So it's really important to foot soak every day because that helps clear out. That's like erasing all the things from other people from your tape recorder. We don't have tape recorders now. It's like a video, I guess, a video recording. Our chakras are listening and recording what's going on around us. So let's see what we're feeling in our hands. Sometimes we feel really tingly. So then Mother said, just rub your hands together and like throw away if you've got lots of tinglies or heat things happening. Just, it's very quick. You can just get rid of it. And you can wash your hands. That really helps too, just to clear everything. Or you just let your attention go in Sasrara at the top of the head. And you say, Shrimadaji, please take out all the heat. Take out all the tingles. Kundalini, please push everything out. I'm sitting and I'm feeling the silence coming inside. Can you feel it getting more silent, more quiet inside ourselves? If we have anything in our lives that's been worrying us at school or at home, this is the time when you say, oh Mother, Sri Mataji, I love you so much. Can you take all my worries, let them all go out of my head? You have so much power. You can help and fix the worries and problems in my family and at school. I just want to be a joyful person and feel how much you love me inside. We're going to take our right hand, this side, and put it on our heart on the left side. Let's say inside ourselves, Mother, I am love. Mother, I am loved by you. I am loved by my family. Let me feel this love flow through me all the time. Now we're going to take our hand and put it on our tummy. And we'll say, Mother, I am peace. Let me be peaceful. Please give me the power of peace within me. so that this feeling of peace will go out into the whole world. Now we take our hand and we just put it at the top of the leg on the left side, our Swadhisthana. And we say, Mother, I want to know the truth. I don't want to feel confused or unsure of myself. Please give me the power to know what is right and wrong, to know what is truth. Now put your hand back, move your hand up a little bit below your ribs on the left side. Or say, oh Mother, I feel satisfied with everything I have done. Help me feel satisfied and happy with everything I have in my life. Please give me the power of satisfaction. Now move our hand up again to our heart. Oh Mother, I want the power to give love to everyone in the whole world. I want that everyone in the world should learn to love each other. Now put our hand up on our throat, on our neck, on the Vishuddhi. Mother, I want to be friends with everyone. I want to be kind with everyone I meet. Please give me the power of friendship. Now put our hand on our forehead and we'll say, Mother Kundalini, please take away any bad or angry thoughts I have about myself or others. Please give me the power to overcome anger, to forgive everyone. Oh Mother Kundalini, please give me the power to calm myself and to melt angry thoughts away. Please give me the power to become thoughtless so that no anxious or worried or scared feelings will come into me. Oh, Mother, give me the power to be master of myself. Now let's put our hand on the top of our head. Maybe we feel heat or we feel cool as the Kundalini is coming up, clearing all things from our being that prevent us from being joyful and calm and peaceful. Oh Mother, here in the Sasrara, please give me the power of silence. Let me feel the depths of my spirit in the silence of the divine. We'll take our hand down, or we'll just close our eyes if they're not closed already. I will just feel this silence coming in, growing deeper and stronger. Oh Mother Kundalini, you are the source of all the powers and energy within me. Let your power flow strongly. Oh Shri Mataji, you are the source of all these powers. You are the source of everything. You have made everything in this world. It is your desire and your love that has brought us into this world. Thank you, Shri Mataji. Thank you for everything you have given us. Please let me feel this peace, this power of joy and love every day in my meditation and in my daily life. Jai Shri Mataji. Now let's raise our Kundalini again together and give a nice Bandhan. And we'll move on to the next part of the program. can't see anyone. I hope you can feel the powers that you have within you. So I have two stories today, but I'm not able to read both. So this is the story that I talked about before. Teddy gives a Bandhan. Teddy learns the power of a Bandhan. And I think many of you may know this story already, so I thought I wouldn't read this one today, but this is the one with Shrimataji and how Teddy looks for a nice place to sleep. And when he can't find it, he remembers how you can give a Bandhan if you need help. So here he is giving a Bandhan with Shrimataji behind him. And then in the story, I won't read the end, so in case you haven't read it, it doesn't spoil it for you. But in the story, this is the page where his boy James is looking for him. Jamie can't find Teddy because Teddy runs away to the park to look for somewhere better to sleep. And so Mummy says, let's give a Bandhan together because we can't find him. We looked everywhere in the house. And Shrimataji will help us. So then they give a Bandhan. And at the end of the story, it has a good ending. That was Mother Shrimataji gave that good ending. I wasn't quite sure how to finish it. And then the idea just came. So I thought today, I hope it's not too long, but I'd read the second in the series called Teddy and the Power Within. So I'll try to do this so you can see the pictures and everything nicely. Teddy and the Power Within. It has a little dedication at the beginning to Shrimataji. With thanks to the mother of us all, Shrimataji. So the story starts in the woods. Teddy and the Power Within. Beautiful, bright, chirping bird voices filtered through the woods, calling Teddy from his dream. Moving carefully so as not to wake Jamie, he pushed the blanket from his eyes. Ooh, bright light. The tent door flapped open. Golden sunlight filtered through the green leafy trees, warming his toes where they lay on the sleeping bag. Teddy felt warm and safe. Suddenly, the whole tent shook as Jamie bounced awake. As Jamie bounced awake. Ooh, Teddy, a camping adventure. Come on, let's go. Grabbing Teddy by the arm, Jamie jumped up and crashed out through the tent door flap, dragging Teddy a little painfully behind him. They breathed in the fresh air. The smell of sizzling bacon wafted towards their nostrils. Oh, yum! Summer holidays had started. It had been quite a job getting to the lakeside campground. Bringing all that camping gear was an effort. All the tents, food, sleeping bags, pillows, warm blankets, more food, foam mats needed to sleep on. Mum and Dad did not like to be cold, and of course they had to bring the prized hammock, a most necessary item for frequent naps, thought Teddy. Teddy was not a very energetic bear. Packing it all into the car and the long drive to get here was really quite exhausting. It was the first time the family had come camping since the arrival of baby brother Markandeya. Camping would be fun for all, now he could walk and talk. So here they were, by the lake in the woods. And after a good night's sleep, it was morning. Whoopee! Jamie jumped into their special chair by the picnic table, dropping Teddy in beside him. The warm sun tickled his fur. Mum was setting out the plates, filling them with pancakes, crispy bacon and melon fruit. Oh, yum, scrumptious. Teddy sat there blissfully enjoying the delicious smells and the warmth of the sun. Suddenly, a buzzing sound whizzed by his ear. He looked up to see a hairy mosquito flying like a dive bomber straight towards Jamie. "You're up early," said Teddy anxiously, swatting at it with his hand. "Stay away from Jamie. Buzz off," he called out. "Buzz off yourself," snarled the mosquito rudely. "I'm not bothering you, you disgusting fuzzy hairy tasting thing. I'm hungry for blood." "Not Jamie's," pleaded Teddy. "You'll hurt him. He's only a little boy." "Oh, but they are the sweetest," smacked the mosquito, chuckling gleefully as he rubbed his 6 feet together. Jamie was too busy chewing on pancake and waving his fork around, which by a lucky accident foiled the mosquito's attack. His first attack. How could Teddy get rid of this hungry mosquito before he bit Jamie and made him itch and cry? He tried to wave it away again and missed. It was too quick. "If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call all my brothers and sisters over here, and then we'll really have a feast," said the bad mosquito. It buzzed angrily at him, which made Teddy really cross. Bzzz, bzzz. He had to do something to make Jamie notice this hungry bug. In a flash, it came to him. It was worth a try. Once, he had heard Shumataji say something important while they were listening to one of her talks when they'd been meditating. Teddy really liked to hear her voice. It made him feel peaceful and calm inside. And that nice, peaceful feeling started to bathe over him again. The meaning of some special words came floating back to him. He remembered Shumataji saying, "When your head is clear, you can send thoughts and ideas to other people." Use the power of your attention. That was what she'd said. Now, what did that mean, thought Teddy? Was it like having an inside phone line, a sort of mind link, like phone waves passing through the air, connecting you to collective consciousness, where you could send messages to the others? Was that the power within? He could see her beautiful face smiling down at him. Then Teddy let his mind relax, and he just became thoughtless. All he could see now was her face. All Teddy's attention was concentrated on this one idea. "Jamie," thought Teddy, "listen to that mosquito buzzing near you. Please, Jamie, listen, hear the mosquito." His head felt very light and clear. He looked steadily at Jamie with total attention on him. The mosquito buzzed around loudly. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Jamie was completely unaware of it, busily eating his bacon. Teddy felt he was in the middle of this deep well of stillness. Such a pure desire rose up inside him. Please, Jamie, listen. And then, oh, wow. Pure, peaceful energy started to flow. I don't know, can you see in the picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Started to flow out from the top of Teddy's head, like a wisp of smoke, stretched out, reaching through the air towards Jamie. Teddy could see it softly wafting around his hair, and then it just sort of disappeared, straight into Jamie's head. There was a deep silence. Jamie's fork stopped moving. Then he stopped munching. Do you hear that, Mum? He said in surprise. Listen, there's a mosquito round here, and he shot up off his chair. He began waving his arm in the air quickly, and then the mosquito, quickly, like an aerobatic airplane at a fairground, the mosquito swerved to avoid Jamie's slashing fork prongs, beating its wings furiously. It tried to maneuver around the fork. Then, in a flash, readying its sharp proboscis, its sharp, stingy bit for an attack, just behind Jamie's ear, it zoomed in for the final kill, or the final bite. Goodness, said Mum, jumping up, it's over your head. Swat it away while I get out the lemon oil. And quickly she started rummaging through the first aid kit. Meanwhile, Dad picked up the aerosol spray and rushed towards Jamie. It was bug spray. Help! Screeched the mosquito, seeing Dad running up. I'm off! Buzz, buzz, buzz. Oh, it's enemy attack on all sides. I practice every day trying to fly silently without buzzing. I just can't seem to do it today. I'm not sticking around here to be poisoned by those fumes. My cousin Itch died under such an attack of aerosol spray. And with that, quick as a blink of a wing flap, without even saying goodbye, it flew up and away, off through the trees and out of sight. Wow, thought Teddy. Amazing. I should try that more often. It worked. So that's the power of pure attention. And then her words came to him again. Mataji had said, your attention is like a sword. Wherever you point it, the vibrations flow. Whatever thought you have, it passes there. Pure attention was like having a sword to fight negativity. This was the strong weapon she had given us to use in our lives. He smiled softly to himself and lay back, enjoying the quiet and peace, with no sounds of buzzing anywhere. He contemplated the beauty of Sri Mataji's face, her wise words, and the powers she had given to everyone. The strength and stillness of her connection was still there inside him. Beautiful, thought Teddy. I'll have to try that again. Then he joked, I wonder if it would work on chocolate biscuits. Could I get Jamie to share them? Oh, just kidding. Teddy laughed to himself as he lay back. He closed his eyes for a well-deserved nap after all that excitement. Sri Mataji's words always help. The end. You can see Teddy in the chair, laying back, enjoying himself. I hope you could hear that clearly. I hope you could see the pictures. I think we'll do it differently next time. So where is everybody? I would like to see you all. Did you enjoy that? Could you hear properly?
Yes.
You can do a thumbs up or nod your heads, yeah?
Yeah.
It was okay. Had anyone read that story before? Had anyone read that story before?
I've read Teddy Gives a Bandhan, but I haven't read the second one.
Can you do a thumbs up if you read Teddy Gives a Bandhan, just so I know. Oh, quite a few people. All right. So let's see how much time do we have, Auntie Sonia?
We have about 15 to 20 more minutes.
15 to 20 minutes. So let's see, I couldn't hear very well. So maybe we could just talk a little bit about the powers that everyone has within them. Maybe you could share. Would you like to would some of you like to share a little bit about whether you've used bandhans or some of the powers we talked about in our meditation today? Had you thought about those things, like powers, having the power of love, power of anything? Let me get my glasses. Latisha? Yes. You have to put your, yeah.
I used a bandhan before on my dad to help him relieve his stress in work and stuff.
Good. So anyone else who do you sometimes feel different at school? Things happen and you want to use your vibrations? Saranya and Adara?
We've used bandhans to keep us safe at school.
Anybody else? Aditya?
I once used a bandhan to make
Right.
so I don't have to go to school that day.
That's good. I'm just going to slide. Is there any? Yes, Sasrara and Sidhu.
So once I was going for a puja to my cousin's house, and it was like raining very heavily. So I gave a bandhan to Shamataji, and the rain like slightly stopped, and it was just like drizzling.
That sounds cool. It does work. Somebody else? Would anyone else like to share?
We use bandhan to keep us healthy.
Yes. So also today in our meditation, we did a little bit about the power of silence. So, when you're at school, if something's happening that maybe isn't so good, or you're feeling worried, if you go inside yourself and you feel that silence really has a power, and Shumaraji will work through that power to help you in whatever situation, whatever's happening around you. Does anybody have any questions? Do you have any questions about the story, or anyone else like to share something about the powers you have? A lot of quiet faces. So I thought we could I wanted to show a little bit about how I make. Would you like me to show you a little bit how I make the books with the paintings? Yeah. Okay, so I just turn around here. I've set up so if you can see, let's let me see, I just want to take off there we go. All right. So as I was saying, can you see okay? So I've got this big board here. I said before that when I was young, I thought I couldn't draw. I wouldn't know how, I didn't have teachers at school who taught us how to draw. Oh, Lalita sending us nice messages. I used a bandhan to help make the rain go away on my birthday, my other family member's birthday. Good for you. Good job. So also when we're using the bandhan, it's our desire. Like with Teddy, with the Teddy and the mosquito story, he didn't use the bandhan this time. He went into his silence, and then he just really like prayed and desired that Jamie would hear it. So he was actually, I mean, that is a power that we have with our attention. We can actually, you can send, your thoughts can be heard by other people. And sometimes we hear other people's thoughts, which aren't so nice. Other kids who might be angry or upset, and we suddenly start to feel inside angry or upset because their thoughts have come to us. But if we go into the power of our silence, it melts it all away. And so that's one of the powers. Right. So I learned a little bit when I was young. My dad showed me how to draw boxes. So I was kind of good at drawing houses, and he showed me how to make them look a bit three-dimensional. Maybe another time we could do a little session with drawing. But I think it's really important that when we're children, we tend to think, oh, we can't draw because we don't know how to just draw a cow, out of my head. Here I've got pencil and paper. I can't draw a cow, or I just try and it doesn't look like a cow. So that's not actually how artists learn to draw. Most artists start by copying. And so I did a different book called Millie's Magical Adventure, which I did for my grandchildren. And I actually drew this myself. So you can see, I'll just quickly show you. It's not brilliant, but but look, I managed it. And I'm going to show you how I did that cow. I did a lot of sort of cheats to get there. And then this picture, which shows Millie in the farm. Look at my little sheep. I mean, you can see they're sheep. They're not brilliant sheep, but they're sheep. So you don't have to worry too much. I thought to myself, I was feeling one day, oh, I'm not very good at this. I shouldn't be doing this. And then I heard a talk, and Srimataji said, just keep on painting, keep on writing or drawing, and you'll get better at it. And I thought, oh, well, the story is important. And so in this picture, in this story, Millie has to go to space. Millie, as you can see, okay, so in this story, quickly, I'll just show you, Millie escapes from her farm, and she goes past an eco-Sahaj farm where all the vegetables have been watered with puja water, and she eats some of them. And she discovers that these vegetables, she doesn't realize it's the vegetables, but she flies up into the sky, and she starts floating along, and she comes to a rocket launch. She has never seen this before. What on earth is it? And as the rocket launches up into the space, into the sky, it has these bars on the outside, and it catches Millie in the sky by her horn, and she gets locked onto the rocket and goes up into space, a cow in space. So here you can see, these are some of the pictures that I did a lot of practice painting, and I went, here's the beginning of my one for the rocket launch. So I don't know how to draw a rocket launch. So I Googled pictures of rocket launches, photographs, and then I printed out the photograph, and then I started to trace over and draw it like that. So I copied it, and I've changed the colors. I kind of made it my own, but I copied it. And the same with this one here. You can see when Millie is going, this is actually, Elon Musk's space rocket going up into space. So I Googled that one, and then I thought, oh, how can I draw Millie on the rocket? She's got stuck on the rocket. And there it is. So you can see I sort of made it my own, but it's similar. So it gives you an idea. So you do a lot of copying. So artists do a lot of copying. And even those that make very famous paintings, they copy the masters. And that's how your hand learns to draw. The hand learns to draw it. So here, I didn't know how to do a cow. I thought, how am I going to do a cow? So I Googled a picture of a cow. I thought, yes, that's what I want to have for my front page. I want to have a cow like that. So I Googled that. I printed it out. And then I traced over it. And then I painted it. So you can sort of see it's very similar, but I did it myself. And then I practiced. I had another page at the end of the story when Millie comes home and she's talking to her friends in the field. So I thought, so then I Googled pictures of cows and I found one where they're all looking at you. Let's see if I can show it a bit closer for you. They're all looking at the camera because I wanted them looking at Millie. And then I printed it out and I drew different things in the back. And then this one here, I started doing the writing on top of it and I practiced doing Millie's head. I don't know if you can see, I hope you can see properly. And here's these ones are my rough pencil drawings. I've got different pages. So every page before I would practice doing a practice drawing, I would try to get the proportions right. So these are my rough drawings here. There's the one for the farm. And then I would put it on paper and paint it when I was happy with it. So also, when you're young, there's lots of books to help you with drawing. So this one is Drawing Buildings. You can go to the library, or you might be able to find them online. So this one is kind of a more advanced one, but each page shows you how to start, how to do the first design, and then you add to it, add a bit more until you get the finished one. So that's really helpful because that's the hard thing. When you're looking at something, you're going, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what I should draw first. So books like this one's on buildings. And then this one is a simple one on drawing animals that I used to teach. And so here, this one is how to draw a cow. And you can see it starts here with circles it's got the bottom and the shoulders and the head, the tummy, and it kind of helps you get it all lined up. And then you add a bit more, you add so it must be here, it starts here, sorry. You start with the first two circles, right? Then you add the legs, then you add the head, then you come down here, and then you erase all the lines here, so you finish with your cow. And, this book's got lots of different things. So I really recommend, if you kind of enjoy drawing or you'd like to learn a bit more, you just practice. And when you've done something the first time, sometimes it takes a while, if you want to do an animal or something like that. But your greatest friend is your eraser. So you can look at it and you go, that doesn't look quite right. So you erase a line and then you try again and just don't be put off. And eventually when I grew up, I did actually get some drawing lessons. And I was amazed that with some, teaching, I could draw. I went, oh my goodness, I never thought I could draw anything that looked, like it should look. So I really want to encourage you, if you like writing or doing drawing, to do that. And the same with writing. So when I was doing Teddy Gives Abundant, I've told you how I sat down and just wrote it. I had these ideas came in my head that Teddy needed somewhere to sleep. And so he went to the park. And I had this idea that he would meet different animals and he would learn about how they sleep and how they live in through the story. I thought that would be nice. And then I wasn't quite sure how it would finish, how it would come together. And I just, waited a bit, just kind of meditated on it almost. And then the idea just sort of came. And so I've done, there's different ways to do different stories. Some stories just come into your head. Like I was trying to think how to, my grandchildren, my daughter-in-law said, can you make them a Christmas present? Don't buy them something. So I thought, okay, well, I could make them a story, but what kind of story? And I sort of been thinking for a few days, nothing had came. And then one night I was laying down, I was just going to sleep. And suddenly the idea for Millie came in. Oh, Millie wants an adventure. It's called Millie's Magical Adventure. And she will go up into space. And I thought one grandson really likes space and the rockets, and the other grandson likes funny things. So I thought this will be funny. And I really enjoyed, I did paintings of the Milky Way and the sky. And I really liked, searching that. I got a picture of the rocket coming back down through the Earth's atmosphere. We talked about it being she goes to the moon. She actually goes to the moon on this rocket, and it goes around the moon and takes pictures of it. And then it goes back down to Earth. And of course, then it gets really, really hot. And Millie gets very, she does actually start to feel a little bit scared because it's really hot. And so she prays to God. She prays to Shumataji. She doesn't know about Shumataji. She prays, please help keep me safe. And because her Kundalini's come up, the Kundalini comes up around her and creates this cool bubble. I mean, it's just a story, but who knows? And then the rocket comes back and flips around and comes back to land. So that was and then they get her down. They can't believe it. How did a cow go to space? How is that possible? So, and then she goes back to her field, and she's quite happy now because she's had a really good adventure. And she tells all her friends about her adventure, and they think, and they all go, wow, that's amazing. What an imagination. But she's really happy to be back with her friends. So you can make any kind of book. I did one also where it was just photos. We took photos. We used the photos from the pujas and the children. Sahaj children dressing up. It's called Dress Up. And this is the pictures of the children in the ashram at the time when we were making this book. So it's just got little words and pictures, and then at the end of the book. I like that picture of Shumataji hugging everyone. So there's a little bit there. So I was thinking that maybe to finish off, it would be nice if you would like to either draw a picture or write a little bit of a story about being a superhero, or have it, it could be about you, it could be about somebody else who uses his powers, one of his powers or all of his different powers that you have as yogis with your Kundalini up. So when we were doing the meditation, yes, I think so. If you'd like to do it, I thought we could start it now. And if we don't have time for you to finish your drawing or your story, you could finish it at home, and then maybe you could send it. I would love to see them. I would love to see your drawings. You could send them to Auntie Sonia, or she will give you my link, my email, and I would love to see that. Maybe we could make a book together of the superpowers, being, we could call it, being your own superhero. And we could put together your drawings. And if you've got stories, we could make a book together like that. My husband helps me. He helps me put them together and get them ready for printing. So that's really nice. It's really nice to do. There was a 12-year-old, 10-year-old boy in America who, with his mum, they made a book about, he was interested in space, and he's published it and it's printed. So my kids, when they were your age, my boys, mostly the 3 boys, they really liked making stories, and they like making fantasy stories where their characters. I've got it upstairs. I can't remember, but I will get it later, or maybe when you start drawing, I'll go up and get it and bring it down and show you. So I can't see you. Well, let me see you. Where are you all? There you are. So what do you think? Would you like to have a go? Yeah. Just take a piece of paper and a pencil, and you just make a story, whatever you like. You could be your superhero, whatever you like, fighting off danger or animals, or you could be at school, you know, using your power of love or power as a friend to help other children sort out a problem if they're upset. Oh, called The Children of the Sun. I'll find it and show you the front cover while you're drawing. And if you don't feel like drawing today, that's okay. But maybe I'd love to see any drawing or any story. So do you, hands up who has paper and pen there? Not everybody. Do you think you could go get some, Lalita or Veer? That's okay. Sahasra and Sidhu, I said, I have a story that's written, but it's like a scary story, and it's not a Sahar story. That's okay. You know.
Do we have to do it now?
Yeah, I want you to start now. Auntie Sonia, how much time do we have?
My mom's not here right now, so
She's not there. Yeah. I'd love to see all your faces. There's lots of you I can't see right now. Vedant, Shrishti, I guess it's all your Lalita, Veer, Sasra and Sidhu. Did you have any questions you wanted me? I'm sorry, I think the activity is not. Yeah, draw a picture of you as a superhero. Why not just do that? Draw a picture of you as a superhero. What kind of superhero would you like to be? What powers do you think? And as yogis, you can think of your yogi powers, or what powers, like Sri Hanuman. Now, Sri Hanuman, there's a superhero for you. He had so many different powers. I don't think we can have all his powers yet, because he could make himself really tiny. He could make himself really big. He could make himself invisible. He could leap. Veer, do you have any, you don't have any ideas? What kind of, are you interested in heroes at all, like Ram or Krishna, or not really? Okay. But yes, so I can't hear you, sorry. Okay, so some people have got paper, I can see. They are starting.
I want to say something.
Is that you speaking to me, Vedant?
Yeah.
Can you speak a little louder? I can't hear you.
Okay. This is my drawing. Here's Shamataji, and this is the heart, and Shamataji is my hero.
That's really nice. Hold it a bit closer to the camera. Lalita's trying to see it. Oh, look at that. You look very strong in that one. You look very strong. But you can be strong from inside as well. You don't always have to have big muscles. You can have a lot of power going through you.
Okay.
So Vedant is being a little shy. He has written this letter to Shri Mataji on Mother's Day. So Vedant, if you can read this letter also, can you read it for everybody?
No.
Okay, I will read it for everybody. He says, "Hi Shri Mataji, you are the best. You are the best. You are the mom of all the people You are the best mom ever. I love you.
Oh, she is. That's really lovely, Vedant.
I
Okay, I'm just going to go. Oh, look. Wow. Well, that's beautiful.
I painted it.
Wow. Well, you enjoy painting, don't you? I can see that. Look at the colors you've used. My big sons, when they were like 8 and 10, they liked making stories about adventure and fantasy and things like that. I'm just going to nip upstairs and get the book to show you the cover of it. And when I come back, we'll see if anybody's managed to do anything. Oh, that wasn't a good activity. Oh. I should have. So it's
Is
this
it
book, Children of the Sun by Kabir Blake Gupta. And he did. So they're nice, they're simple. It's a lovely story, a fiery being who would spew rays of light and fire into the darkness of space. So then he's got the planets. So you can see how you can make a lovely book from simple, not a lot of words, just drawing the things that you like to draw. Looks like he was experimenting with colors, doing a kind of marble effect. I think paints and colors are just so much fun. You just can do what you like. Anyway, that's the book. And I think you can get it on Amazon if you want to see it. So I know we don't have so much time for the activity today. I would love some feedback from you guys afterwards. If you have some ideas how we could, if this was a good session for you, if you enjoyed the meditation, if I talked too much, I think it would have been nice to have more activity time. But if you've got some ideas for better activities, so if you want to let Auntie Sonia know, give her some feedback, that would be nice. I'm getting a message. I would really like if you can take some time to finish what you're working on, to take your time to do something that gives you joy and is fun. And if you can take a photo, or if it's a story, send it to Auntie Sonia or send it to me. Maybe she'll give the link. I would really, really like to see anything that you have done today.
Shanti, we will encourage all the children to finish their work, and then we will send you the finished artwork.
Yeah, I would really like that. Would be nice. So do you want us to say goodbye, Auntie Sonia?
Yes, yeah, good idea.
Okay. All right. Well, all my love to all of you. I hope one day we'll meet. I'm in England and you're all in the US. So it was really nice to spend some time with you and see your faces. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Auntie. Jai Shri
Thank
Mata.
you.
Teacher Mataji, thank you.
Jai Mataji.
Thank you.
Jai Mataji. Bye.